T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Autobot Moonracer. She's a combiner. Luckily she's a new mold though. On the back we can see she's a joyful Autobot sharpshooter. Looking at her collector's card, we can see she has a more feminine humanoid shape than she does in the toy because she's not hindered by all the car kibble. But here they have her teamed up with Amalgamus, and that's what she can do. Read that. Moonracer looks really good, and I don't feel like they cheaped out at all with her. There are things that could have been better, and there's something I just discovered that is a problem, and mine does have a slight QC issue. Being different, I'm going to start things off on her face. I don't normally usually do that, but her face is awesome. Like, this is one of the better G1 female faces they've given us. It's nicely painted, nicely shaped. Look at the sculpting back there. But look at that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors on her head. So that's cool. They put that Autobot logo there, so I didn't have to add it after the fact like I did with Miss RC here in one of my first show reviews. But there's paint there, transparent plastic in her midsection right there. Paint there. This paint on the legs goes all the way around to the back of the legs. That's paint there because the foot is completely transparent. So it kind of makes me think about Cup. This is fully painted, but you'll see more of that in vehicle mode. This is fully painted on both sides white because I believe this is transparent. Here's my QC issue. There's a nick missing out of there. And I keep forgetting to do this. Thank you, Matt Partsformer. He found her for me, and I just had to get it from him. So, yeah. She's cool. She's really, really cool. This figure, I feel like they're perfecting the whole combiner aspect. Like, the way she transforms for the combiner part is better than pretty much all the other Combiner Wars type dudes. But let's get into her articulation. Her head is on a ball joint, so it can pivot and do all this stuff right here. But she actually has a neck hinge, so she can look up more, and she can look down before you pop her damn head off. Pardon me, kiddies, I'm not going to edit that out, but she can look down. The arms can go out to the side like that, because this on a ball joint. This elbows are on a ball joint. One thing she's missing in it, I wish they would have put this on a ball joint so it can rotate. Like, that would have been really, really nice. She has this waist joint right here. If they would have sculpted this different, she would have actually been able to have like a pseudo, like, ab crunch. But even though it rotates right there like all the other combiner people, if you brought this down and made it like a skirt type situation, and I saw this on Bolt Matrix review, you can actually rotate her at the waist here. And here's what I was talking about as far as that ab crunch situation. But anywho, let's put this back the way it's supposed to be. See, has the swivel right here and a ball jointed hips that can do that and go all the way back. She bends at the knee, but guess what? She has double jointed knees if you want to. That's for the combiner mode transformation, but it's there. It's there. Her stand port is there for little dynamic poses and whatnot with the double jointed knees. And her ankles, she has a slight ankle pivot, and it can go back and it can come forward due to transformation. Now, depending on how far forward you go, this kibble on the side of her leg, which admittedly is unsightly. When I pay too much attention to it, I don't like it, but I've realized when I'm playing with it, I don't even notice it or pay it any attention myself. But she looks really good. Her gun, nicely sculpted, looks like this. Kind of remind me of some of those Dinobot guns. I'm not sure if it is the same mold as one of them. It is hollow in the barrel, which is cool. Her Prime, I forget what these are called. I keep calling it the Prime Master weapon thing, but I believe it actually has a real name. It does have a real name. It's Prime Armor. It's colored in 3 different plastics. Of course, this can come off and become another little handgun for her, if you like. To attach said Prime Armor, you have to move this peg forward, take the little thumbs, groove it into the side on one side, and groove it into the other side on the other side. And now we have this little papoose thing hanging off of her. So, yeah, it blends in with her body well, doesn't it? No. Overall, she is definitely a nice robot. I like posing her around. I like the amount of paint they put onto her and the detail. Only problem she has is this back kibble, but amazingly, if you have the feet right, she just stands okay. Like I said, you could put this down like this. If you don't want that hanging out, make it like she has some type of robo skirt. It exposes her combiner joint. You can put these out as some type of wings if you want to. I don't particularly like that. Now she has these 2 things right here. They're going to be an issue when I transform her. I have no clue what you're supposed to do with that because you can't attach this to it. If you want, you could store this on her back, I guess. But it makes her even more back crazy. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Comparison with some Generations female Autobots. I do not have Victoria on set anymore. I kind of want it back, but I don't know. But here she is with the more female-looking Generations Autobots. With all of that out of the way, transformation. Remove any weapons that she's still holding on to. Now what you will want to do is lift the arms out of the way. Bring this down, out of the way. Rotate it so that this is in the front. Bring this forward and rotate the head into her body right there. Shut that. Leave this pretty much how it is, but lift this up. And this peg right here goes into the slot in her shoulder. So just make sure the shoulder is lined up. And now we can take this blue peg and put it into the side fender. And rotate the hand up like that. Same thing on the other side. Rotate this into place. Now, this doesn't stay painted in as nice as I would like it. Or you just gotta work with it. Put the hands up like that. Rotate the lower part of the waist. Bring this up until it clips around this little groove right there. Peg the legs together. Now I kind of wish this would shut tighter because it does leave a little groove or gap in between the Autobot logo. Put this down so you can bring this down. And then just, oh, wait a minute. This was out of place. And now everything comes together. And she is some sort of a Cybertronian transport vehicle that has a ton of transparent parts or glass and whatnot. So, I don't know. When Transformers were actually on Cybertron, I'm not sure if they were actually meant to be transporting smaller creatures or smaller Transformers. So, I don't know if this would actually be real windshields and whatnot. Only problem with this vehicle is the hands hanging out back there, but she's a Cybertronian vehicle, and who's to say she can't do that? She can do whatever she wants. Rolling. Here's the problem. These things that are here, for whatever reason, are preventing the rolling because they hang down longer than the wheels. I mean, it is rolling, but it's probably just more scraping in one wheel. Nah, it's turning. All the wheels are turning, but it's still scraping on that. So I don't like that. These are kind of hanging down a little bit too. You know, this mode integrates the Prime armor better than most the other Prime Transformers, Power to Prime's vehicles. And it goes along with what it said on her little collector's card where this becomes like a rocket thruster or whatnot. So it actually looks like it's actually part of her vehicle mode. It makes her really long, and she's also shaped like something else, but whatever. You can do that, or you could rotate this. It's hard to rotate this in there because the way this peg is shaped. You could do this and maybe make it a weapon. Of course, you could port this gun onto the side, and here she is, all armored up. In comparison, here she is next to RC and Chromia here. So if she's actually a motorcycle, she's out of scale with both of these. Or some type of, well, she's a Cybertronian vehicle too, so who's to tell her what she can and can't do. She's very much longer than RC here, but not as wide. But she is bigger than RC, period, because RC is a small, thin little female Autobot. Chromia, I just discovered something about her that I don't think anybody else knew about, or I don't remember anybody talking about it. But when you close this piece together, she does have a stand port right there. So you can plug in a stand, which is cool if you want to. Yeah. I don't think she doesn't have any vehicle mode stands. If you want, you could attach this and have your little Prime Master riding in there. So that's cool too. Combine mode is super simple. All you need to do is basically rock this out right here. Open this up. Move the arms into this orientation. And then peg these back into place. There's another groove so you can actually peg them into place like that. Bring out her combiner joint, and bam, she's an arm. She has this joint right there, and she can be double jointed. Of course, this all rotates. When you get about this far, it makes that come out of whack. So, but her arm would be like this anyway. If you want, you could lift this up like that and have this be her little bicep rotation. But keep in mind, look at that. Because of the hip joints, they don't move as smoothly as if you kept this down and just rotated this. For leg mode, you just leave everything like that. But now you bend these double joints, put these two pegs into these holes. Once you do that, take this piece right here, bring it back down, and bam. You might move some of this stuff, like I said, it doesn't peg in as securely as I would like. But you know what, I didn't do something right. After you get this groove into there, you're supposed to actually put this tab into there, so it's like you repurposed the arms for combine mode and vehicle mode. But here she is as a leg. I don't have any Power to Prime Voyager class figures, so I don't have any of the feet, but you get the idea. I really dig Chromia, and I'm satisfied with my purchase. I think you will be too. She does a lot of things better than some other figures. Only issue is the amount of kibble they had to put on her because she's a combiner. I bet if she wasn't a combiner, they wouldn't have had to do all this. They had to fit that combiner joint thing in there. So, yes, she would look a lot better if they didn't have to accommodate for that. But still, she's still cool, and she does things better with her little Prime armor better than anybody else. And oh, before I leave, I didn't actually transform this into a hand. I typically do this right here. I've noticed when I bend it this way, it gets really loose right here. This is the only one of these Prime armors I had that do that. So it's like if I want to have the hand like this, she would have to be right-handed all the time. Anywho, I like it. Go buy it. Don't hesitate to buy it if you see her. Anyway, Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click